Hey. This is Lisa A., and you're listening to Who's That Star on LCC Connect at Lansing Community College. Who's That Star is a behind-the-scenes show where I sit down and talk with the employees at the college. This is an inside look at LCC where you will have a chance to learn about their passions, projects, what inspires them both at work and in their personal lives. I'm your host, Lisa Alexander. I'm so excited to get a chance to talk to all the people who make LCC great. This show is for you to get to know the people that work at Lansing Community College a little bit more and see what makes them tick. Are you ready? Okay, let's go see who's today's star. Today on Who's That Star is someone I've known since we attended Lansing Everett High School so many years ago. She's smart, high-energy lady that loves and supports the Lansing community. She's involved in many areas at LCC. She currently serves on the Black History Awareness and Indigenous People Awareness Multicultural Committees. She's an inclusive advocate, wise mentor, and ESP Association rep. She was recognized as a member of the Lansing Community College community who has made a meaningful contribution to students and the college as a whole. Are you as excited as I am to learn who's today's star is? Drum roll, please. Today's star is Robin Moore. Yay! The applause. Robin, the crowd adores you. Welcome. How are you doing today? And welcome to Who's That Star?
Hello, Lisa. I'm doing good. And thank you for the warm introduction. This is great.
Thank you. As I stated in the intro, I've known Robin for a lot of years. Robin, did we meet in Everett or was it Gardner?
Gardner, girl.
I know, that's a long time ago, but we're not going to talk about that. Whenever it was, we have maintained our friendship over the years. And I'm so glad to introduce you to those in the LCC community who hasn't had the opportunity or the pleasure to meet you. Are you ready to get started?
Yes, Lisa, I'm ready to get started.
All right, Robin, what's your role here at LCC?
I am a circulation specialist. I work in the library. I've been there for a long time, and I manage our student employees, and I work with our textbook collection, and I do. I serve on several committees in our department. Yeah, our building has been renovated, so my job responsibilities have changed. So I'm just adjusting to my new role. I have many hats. Yeah.
That's really interesting because I didn't know that the way the building structure changed would make your job change.
Yeah. I used to be on where we're located. Well, we used to have a checkout desk on the second floor, but now it's our help zone, right? So you remember when my office was on the second floor? Well, now I'm in the back in our department suite because we no longer have students working in that space, right?
Got you, yeah.
So we have our part-time help zone employees that work in that space now. So my job has changed a lot. I'm not interfacing with our users like I used to. Before I was engaging with all of our students, that came into the library, but it's not like that anymore because I'm back in the department suite. So my job has changed.
Okay. How long have you been in the role as a circulation specialist?
Well, it's just my title changed. When I first started, it was I was a user services supervisor, and then we went to access service supervisor. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me rewind that. It was an access service supervisor. Then my title changed to user services supervisor, and now it is a circulation specialist.
Right. Yeah. And so with the change in your title, some of your duties have changed. Are you enjoying the change that you're doing now?
Yeah, I do actually. It's changed a bit, but being on the floor, being front line, right? Really engaging with our patrons, our customers. I don't do that as much, and I miss that.
Yeah.
Because I love that. I'm high
and you're
energy.
good at that too.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
But I miss that. I miss that, the interactions. I miss our regulars coming in looking for me, right? Because I always kept some snacks in my office or just anything they needed, and a pencil, a folder, whatever, food. I miss being of that service to our patrons, to our customers.
And I believe that because yesterday as I was walking to the car, there was an old student that was parked next to me, and she graduated, and I said, "Hey, how you doing?" And then she was like, "Oh, I'm doing okay. I'm about to go to the library." And I said, "Are you taking classes?" She's like, "No, I just feel comfortable. I need to think of some things out, and I want to come to the library." And I was like amazed because I was like, wow, we impact our community even when our students leave, and so the library must be a safe place. It's some place where she feels comfortable, and I just think that's an attribute to the staff over there and you, different people that make the students feel comfortable. So I think that's a great job, and I'm glad I got an opportunity to tell you that because and pass that along to your staff. You have a welcoming environment over in the library, and so I think that's great for our students. Plus, there's so much stuff you guys do in the library. Like, there's a lot of roles that go on in the library, so I'm going to make sure I try to introduce some other people. But what's your favorite part of your job?
Let me think. My favorite part now, my favorite part of my job is, I have to say this, I had an opportunity to serve as a interim coordinator in the Office of Diversity and Inclusion, and under Dr. Bailey's leadership, and it was an awesome experience. Ever since she came to the college, I've been involved in DEI work, right? If it's just attending a workshop or being a part of RISE for support staff or signing up to be an inclusion advocate, it's just a passion of mine, right? To make sure that diversity, equity, and inclusion is embedded in every space that I come in contact with, right?
Yeah.
So we at the library, we have now a diversity, equity, and inclusion team to make sure that our practices, our policies, our services, everything that we do, DEI is embedded in that.
Yes.
And I think I'm really finding joy serving on that committee. And so because I'm not interacting with our users, like I used to, I really find joy in that. Yeah. And also my supervisor, our leadership allows me to really tap into my gifts and talents. And I love that. There's different, there's a couple of programs we got going on now. We've got a pop-up mobile library cart. And we go around the campus, right? We're piloting it now. But so far we've been in the CCLC Learning or Cesar Chavez Learning Center during their Empower Hour.
Okay.
And so that's been really nice because I've been able to engage with, students that come into that space. So, and that's part of our DEI team, right? One of the programs one of the programs that came out of our team. So that's been great. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can tell the passion
I love
that you
it.
have. And I'm so excited for you. That's one of the things that I do appreciate about LCC is that you do get a chance to explore your talents and gifts if you want to, right?
If you want to.
If you want to take that opportunity, they'll let you go renegade sometimes and do different stuff that's out of your, job title. If you want to experiment that and, it's not taken away, but it gives you that opportunity. And so I'm really appreciative of that. How long, you said you kind of skimmed by it, but I was wondering, how many years actually have you worked on campus?
So it'll be 24 years September. Oh, no, excuse me, August.
So 24 years.
Yeah, August. Yeah, isn't that heavy? That's deep.
That's a lot. But I mean, I think that's a good thing that you've been able to stay and work at the same place for 24 years.
Yeah, I thought it was important because when I came to campus, I was transitioning my career. I was in retail, right? And I was a single mom. So, I came back to school because I wanted to go into education. And I was 28 years old. And I got a job working in the library. So
you were student staff then.
I was student staff. and a part-time supervisor position came open, and my supervisor said, "Hey, would you be interested in this?" You know, I had worked in leadership before. I was management at Target, my favorite store. Ooh, they get all my money.
Everybody loves Target.
But so I opened up the Target on Saginaw, and I worked there. And I was back then it was called a level 2. I worked in electronics. So I was in leadership at Target, and so when I came back to school at 28, I wanted to go into education. I got a job here at the college or in the library because I was on campus and it worked for me. And then I had another job. I was like a telemarketer. So, you know, I had 2 jobs going to school, single mom. And my supervisor asked me would I be interested in a part-time position, and I applied for it and I got it. And so it just fit for me because I was a single mom. I was going to school and I never left. It was important to me that I had stability. I think that's important for me. And I needed that, and my child needed it. So I stayed, and I've worked, and I've done, you know, I've always stayed in the library, but I was always able to participate and grow.
Yeah.
And by having that opportunity to grow, it wasn't a problem staying.
Right, because you were still making progress,
Yes.
and so you could see it, and that makes a difference.
It made a difference.
I hear you talk about your passion for education. You came to school for education.
I did.
Now you have a role outside of LCC that's really heavily involved in education. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, that was crazy. I never would have thought that. Well, yes, I do. Let me rewind. I used to say I should run for school board. Whenever I got mad at the school district, I would say I should run for school board. But 2020, my father died. My father died during COVID, and I cut all my hair off and dyed it. I know this is crazy, right? I dyed it blonde, and I said I'm running for school board on passion. I just, you know, it was just like something. When my father died, something else birthed inside of me. And didn't know what I was walking into because I wasn't mad at the school district. I just, you know.
You wanted to help, make a difference.
Yeah, but there was times where I would say, when I would be upset with the school district, and I would say, I'm going to run for school board just to kind of make a change. But this particular time, it was just, And I just went down and signed up to run.
Did you think you would win?
I didn't know, but this is how I know. See, God is good. I'll just say that because it was a seat open, and I basically just walked into it. Dr. Brian Beverly's seat, he didn't run, and so it was 3 seats open, and two of our board members, you know, they ran and they got their seat, and I got the other seat, Dr. Beverly's seat, and so. Yeah.
Well, congratulations. What are some of your goals for that role?
Wow, it's interesting that you said that. We have a 6-year term, and my goal is just to serve for 6 years. I want to make sure that that our students and our educators, and when I say educators, I don't mean just our teachers. Anyone that works in education is an educator, from the custodian.
Bus driver.
Hello, you better talk about it.
Secretary.
Yeah.
Everybody makes it work. Yep.
Right, everybody makes it work. So I just want to be able to make sure that there's that they have what they need, that the space is inclusive, equitable, accessible.
So you're bringing that work from that you learned here at LC. And okay, that's wonderful.
Yeah, students have, you know, quality education is shown up important, you know? And so I just want to make sure that that my voice, you know, that I do the best that I can to serve, you know?
Yeah, you know, you people talk about it, you being about it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that that's something that's really good. A lot of people want to make changes, but don't necessarily take the steps to do that. And making one step, doing one thing can make a difference for a lot of people. And so I commend you on that. I thank you because my child was in the Lansing School District. Yeah. So I know that there's people there that are trying to make sure that it goes in the right direction. Our students get educated, and then, you know, it's a good win-win. So I'm glad that you're in that role. I'm happy that you won, and I wish you much success.
Thank you.
So based off of, you got a 6-year term.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll run again?
That's a long time. No, no. I think that it's important to give others an opportunity, right?
Right.
No, I'm not going to run again.
Okay.
Unless God come down and say, you know what? You run it again, though, but I'm not going to run again.
All right. I respect that you did run and you're working and you're doing the work. So I appreciate that. Well, with that question, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself preparing for retirement from Lansing Community College and starting another career in education, continuing my career in education. Yeah, if it's working in the district, I really think I might do that. And also, I have a vision about starting a nonprofit, which is kind of started a little bit, but it's Robin's Nest Building Futures. I really have a passion to help out or provide services for our aged out foster youth. And so I've always had the vision, and I've got it written down. It's just fulfilling it.
Right.
So.
You will have that time coming up to work on it, and you have such a large array of experience working with youth at different ages, and so I can see your passion, and I can see your passion coming to light.
Yeah,
so
thank you.
Good luck on that. I want to do a couple of fun things before we close it. Okay, I want to ask you, who do you admire most in the world?
I just told this story during Black History Month. So my mom, my mom, I remember when they asked me this question at during Black History Month, I was getting interviewed for the district, and I almost said a celebrity. I said, hold up, wait a minute.
Right.
Wait a minute. My mom, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
So my mom told me this story. She was in high school, and back then, this was in the 60s. Mm-hmm. She had a guidance counselor. And so she went to her guidance counselor because she wanted to work.
Right.
So her guidance counselor sent her to this job, to this like boarding house to work. So she said she walked in, and the owner told her, you're going to be, changing, bed sheets and washing and all that. And my mom was like, okay. And so she said the owner told her, Joyce, I want you to go get some bread. We've got some people coming in. So my mom she said, okay. So she took the money, went to the store, got the bread, and then went back to school and said, I can't work there. And she went to another guidance counselor, and they placed her in the library. She got a job in the library. And she said, Robin, I did not stay at that job because I am not going to school to change no bed linen and to wash no sheets. And I love that story because, I love it so. Because it shows, first of all, her courage. Mm-hmm. Courage is the greatest virtue. That's why I'm on the school board. It took courage for me to step out.
You're right.
It takes courage to step out of your comfort zone. And so, and during the 60s, she was like, look, my worth is way better than washing some sheets and being a Black female. So I love that. So my mom is who I admire because of her courage, her love, her compassion, her kindness. That's just my homie.
Yes.
She's my homie.
And who better to admire?
Hello.
I love that story too. I want to ask you, go green, go blue.
Girl, we are a house divided. I'm going to tell you why. So my father, bless his heart, go blue all day long. Mm-hmm. He would give us like the tickets that my uncle had season tickets for Michigan games. So any games they didn't want, they would give them to, me. Mm-hmm. And so me and my husband would go to the games, or I would give them to him, and he would take, our son or his friends. But so we were go blue, go blue. My husband's go blue. My son Kingsley is go blue. Well, my daughter Kanai graduated from Michigan State.
Woo woo.
Go green, right? So I was like, hold up. we're a house divided. I'm not going to stay with blue. I'm going green. So
Right.
let's go green.
So now we got half and half, huh?
Yes.
And Kanai used to work here at LCC as well.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah, she was a part of our staff over in student affairs.
Yeah.
Star Zone.
Star Zone, yeah.
She did an excellent job and then went to Michigan State. Where is she at now?
EY, Ernst & Young. She's a corporate recruiter.
Wow.
Yeah, and she's moving to Chicago in July. She's cracks me up.
I know, just
Yeah.
making changes, being grown. Who let her do that?
Being courageous.
I know, right? That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Well, Robin, I'm going to close it up with my last question.
All right.
And I want to ask you, what do you want your legacy to be at LCC?
I just want to be remembered as just being a welcoming, kind individual that did whatever she could to make a difference in the community, in the LCC community. You know, I think that's it.
I think that's a great goal.
Yeah.
And I think you're already doing that really well.
Thank you.
I want to thank you, Robin, for coming today.
All right.
And I'm glad to have the chance to talk with you and learn about the circulation specialist, the role in the library, and your role as a community leader and your passion for life.
Thank you, Lisa. I always like chit-chatting with you.
Well, I enjoyed it as well. So we will see you next week on Who's That Star? You've been listening to Who's That Star? I'm Lisa A., and you can listen to this episode of Who's That Star and other shows from LCC Connect anytime online at lccconnect.org. Thank you for listening. Catch me next time to find out who's that star.